Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Now Rivers, and unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
1 quarter in the books. 14-0 is our score. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Sacramento football here to begin the second as they take over here 1st and 10.
Hey, we got tight right. Set, 3 down.
Throwing is Newton. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They stay on the ground. Tomlinson, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Yeah, baby.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now it's Tomlinson. Gets through, and now an opening. The 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. LaDainian Tomlinson, 57 yards. So that does it. Put this one in the books. A successful Madden Ultimate Team Solo Challenge. See you next time.
Hello, everybody. Larry Ridley welcoming you to Madden Ultimate Team. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings come into this challenge game knowing that they're in for a dogfight. And you can bet the coaching staff will be preaching all the buzzwords: intensity, effort, execution. They'll need them all and more if they want to get out of here with a W. And with that, let's get you up to the home of Super Bowl 52, U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And now the offense getting ready on second down.
Strong right. Strong right.
On second down, it's Tomlinson.
We got four down.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. LaDainian Tomlinson from 17 yards out. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Touchdown.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
That 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Throwing, Rivers. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they try to make it a two-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A two-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a second down. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Bradford, the left side caught by Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, check.
A first down throw for Bradford. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now Bradford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that takes us from second to third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes.
And the pressure gets to Bradford, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Desperation time. Bradford on 4th down. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it, and he will at least be able to fall on it himself, but it was 4th down, and the possession changes.
Well, that was a big oops right there, but how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Bounced right back on it, keeps possession. Tomlinson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. LaDainian Tomlinson with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
Oh, you got deep? Crash!
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Alert! 3 down!
Working out of the gun, Bradford. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4.